Hello, I'm Kimberly. I make videos about health and wellness, intuition, and self-growth, and welcome to this channel. Are you addicted to suffering? What the heck does that even mean? Did that just piss off your ego? And how do we grow from there and become a more authentic version of ourselves? So first of all, I want to explain a little bit about what ego is. So if you imagine in like the old cartoons that they have like a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other shoulder, and the devil's like, hey, you really want this. Hey, you really need this. Hey, you should be upset about this. Hey, you should dig into this because you deserve it. Like whatever it is that they're saying that isn't serving yourself, like your highest self in the center here. And then you have the angel on the shoulder that's saying like, it's okay, like I don't know, telling you all the things that are balancing out what the devil on this side is saying. So your ego is kind of like the perpetual 2-year-old within you that is feeling like you need, feeling like you want, and these are things that you don't actually need or want. They're things that you think that you need or want. So when it comes to suffering, is a place in our mind that we create that allows us to stay in a feeling of pain and a feeling of sorrow and sadness. And these things, pain, sorrow, sadness, grief, all these things are things that we are, as humans, are naturally supposed to feel. That's part of our human experience, is that we feel these emotions, and we should feel these emotions. They go through us and we experience them, and then they leave once we process them. And one thing that we tend to do is hold on to certain things. So post-traumatic stress, just memories that we just get stuck in a loop over. Someone did something and you just like can't let it go. You're just like holding on to it, and you're like, this person, I just can't believe this happened. And sometimes we experience something extreme after something with somebody happens that puts that relationship into a negative light, and we prefer not to associate with that person. And then something extreme happens, and all of a sudden that thing that happened that put a wedge between you two isn't really that important anymore. And that is a perfect example of letting go of the suffering and moving through it and past it and moving on with your life so that you can free yourself. Because why do we want to hold on to these things that aren't serving us, that aren't making us feel good, that aren't allowing us to heal? And when we hold on to something emotionally, it also is held on physically in our bodies. So we produce chemical emotions when going back to those feelings of sadness, grief, loneliness, different things that we feel that we're supposed to feel. When we don't allow them to come through, and we don't allow ourselves to feel them wholly, we hold on to them in different parts of our body. So that can be in a place where you hold tension. Let's say you hold tension in your neck or your shoulders or your low back. You could hold things in those places. Our body produces chemicals that are hormone releases and endorphins that we release that send signals to our brain and our body to do certain things, and we burn those off when we process them when we are supposed to. If we process them when we're supposed to, then we don't hold on to them in our body, and it's allowed to cycle through the system and release. And so when we are addicted to suffering, what is suffering? Suffering is anything that we are experiencing as a, say, negative experience, or pain, emotional, physical, spiritual pain. Suffering is the mindset that we put ourselves in every single day and allow ourselves to continue to be in. Again, holding those grudges with people, holding those wedges in between you and other people. It doesn't mean that you have to keep associating with them. It means allowing that mental space in your mind to open up, to release it, to not let it rule your world every day. And when we are suffering physically, we are holding on to many different things that have occurred throughout our lives that we haven't processed and we haven't let go. So looking into that stuff and saying, do some journaling, talking with somebody, a friend, whoever it is that you want to talk to, just be sitting with yourself in meditation and saying, what is it that really bothers me? Like, what is it that, why am I feeling this anger? Why am I feeling this anxiety? Why am I feeling this sadness, this grief? Whatever it is that you're experiencing, and realize that that is being translated into physical symptoms. So a lot happens in our lives that we don't choose to have happen in our lives. So much happens that we would not have chosen to happen if we had a choice. And those things are not your fault. Those things are things that you experience that are here to allow you to grow. And seeing it in that light as, I experienced this really freaking hard thing and I survived it. I am here. I'm living and breathing. I'm still here experiencing this human experience in this body. And I can allow myself to let this go. So moving through those things, that really looking at it, really looking at what is it that is causing me to stay in this state? Why am I not allowing this to leave my body, my mind, my spirit? And finding different ways to release that through meditation, through exercise, through talking with people, through feeling something as it's coming up now today. When you have something happen, feel that anger and say, okay, where am I feeling this in my body? Feel that sadness, feel that frustration. Where am I feeling this in my body? Am I feeling it in my stomach? Am I feeling it in my chest? Am I feeling it in my hands? Am I feeling it in my head? Am I feeling it in my eyes? Am I getting a headache? Where am I feeling this now? And so you can do this by breathing in as well. So breathe into your chest area. Really fill up the top part of your chest here, and then breathe out. And then try breathing into like your stomach area, like right under your breastbone, and really fill that up and breathe in. Release. And then the last place is your low belly, down by your belly button, and try to breathe into that place. And release. Now notice the 3 areas, and you could do this again. You could do your chest, your stomach area under your breastbone, and your belly button area, and just notice which area feels the tightest. In this moment, which area feels the tightest? What are you feeling right now? What is coming up? Pay attention to your body. Now, throughout the day, you can practice this. You can just sit for a second, close your eyes, just do 5 seconds and say, feeling frustrated? I'm really annoyed right now. This situation is really bothering me. Where am I feeling this in my body? And then, why am I feeling this? What specifically about me, excuse me, and not the situation, not the other person involved. What about me specifically am I linking this to? So my frustration is showing that I'm seeing that I'm being impatient in this situation, for example. I'm seeing impatience. Why am I feeling impatience? Okay, I'm noticing that I'm just an impatient person in general. So I just need to, or I am going to allow myself to feel impatience and let it work through my system, feel it in my body. Where am I feeling it? And then I'm going to let it go. And I'm going to say, you know what? This is giving me a perfect opportunity to practice feeling not impatient anymore, feeling a sense of waiting, feeling a sense of allowing, feeling a sense of surrendering. Feel it in your body. Notice what it is about that situation that you are having an experience with. So feeling it in my body, let's say I'm feeling it in my chest. Feeling, and then noticing that the frustration is, I am feeling a sense of impatience with the frustration. Noticing that impatience is the thing that I want to work on, and changing the label from impatience to waiting, allowing, surrendering, just being here present in this moment. So addiction to suffering is just keeping ourselves in a state of that devil on our shoulder telling us that we don't deserve this. We haven't, and that is true. You don't deserve the pain that you're in. You don't deserve the suffering you're in. If you allow it to come through and you change the language around it and say, what am I learning in this situation? And that can be really, really hard if this is something that you're experiencing every day, all day. So starting small, noticing these small moments a few times a day, noticing over and over and over again is the key to having this change, this entire shift in your system. And I've experienced this personally. And when I started doing this practice, I noticed that it was really, really taxing on me mentally and physically. And I had to really think about it a lot. Where am I feeling this in my body? What am I feeling in my body? With the breath work, regardless of whatever it is. When I started doing this, I noticed what I was thinking. I noticed what I was feeling. I noticed what it is in that situation that was mine, that was not somebody else's. What is it that I am putting onto this? And then I allowed it to just to surrender to it. And if you surrender to it, you're not holding it anymore. You've dropped it. You've let it go. You don't deserve to carry that. You don't have to carry that. You don't have to carry the weight of the world. You can let it go. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that that gives a little bit of an understanding of what addiction to suffering means and what you could do to release that, to allow yourself to heal and grow and move through your life to move on to better things. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Like this if you like it, and leave a comment about this content or what you would like to see in future videos. All right, bye guys.